Did you know there's a smartphone app meant to help first responders treat you? It's called something different depending on what type of phone you use.
But the information you put in it might be enough for them to save your life. WCIA3's Miranda Meister is live in Champaign this morning. Miranda, you spoke with an EMT. What did he have to say?
Christy, he says he's tried to access the information before, but people either didn't have the app filled out or didn't even know it was on their phone, on an iPhone. It's called the Health app, and you can put basic information in it, like your height and weight, but you can also put things like your medical conditions or emergency contacts into the phone. EMTs at OSF Hospital say this little bit of information could be enough to help them out. They say if found unconscious or unable to speak, they can open the app even from a locked phone and access the information for better pre-hospital care. They also say the most important part of the app to fill out are the medical history or the name and emergency contacts. Now, the examples that we showed you are from an iPhone, but if you're an Android user, you can find information on how to access your app on WCIA.com. Reporting live in Champaign, Miranda Meister, WCIA3, your local news leader.
Not seeing much of a change in the forecast today other than it being less humid and also cooler. Starting off in the lower 60s, upper 50s. Plenty of sunshine here this morning. A lot of sunshine expected into your afternoon, too. Forecast still going to remain quiet even as we head on into the next few days with just very few, if any, clouds ahead for us. But it does make for a beautiful day, right? And it's going to feel great outside. Currently starting out in the 60s here in Charleston on your Roofing Dog iNet First Mid weather camera. Seeing more of the clear skies. Bank Tower says 65 degrees. We're going to get up around the lower 80s as we head into the afternoon. We're about maybe 20 degrees off of that right now for a lot of our locations. Farther to the north, you see the 50s. Farther to the south, more the upper 60s. And yesterday, we were seeing more the 70s down there. So the cooler and less humid air mass, it's basically here, but it hasn't completely settled in all the way yet. And we're going to see a lot more of the widespread 50s across central Illinois heading into your morning on Thursday. Plus, we keep the rain chances far away from the region, seeing into southwestern Iowa and northwestern Missouri right now, where there are some heavier showers and downpours over that way, but those aren't going to be tracking anywhere near for us, and really not going to see many of the clouds from it either. Here we are into the afternoon, about 5 p.m., and seeing mainly clear skies. We'll go on into the night, seeing more of the clear skies, and temperatures will continue to drop. Now, tonight looks to be the coolest night over the stretch of nicer and cooler weather that we're going to see here, but we're still going to see more 50s ahead for us. Plus, the weather that's, for the most part, comfortable does look to be more comfortable again, too, as we head on into the weekend. We'll talk more about how comfortable it stays and show you when we do have a tiny rain chance ahead for us coming up in your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Christy, Aaron.
Adam, thanks. New this morning, attempted murder charges have been dropped against a Decatur man.
Tyrone Hicks was arrested in April in connection with a double shooting on South Jackson Street. Police say 2 men were taken to the hospital, but were expected to be okay. Our partners at the Herald and Review report that the charges were dropped after one of the victims changed his testimony and said he couldn't recognize the shooters. The other person arrested for the shooting, Jamal Anthony Jackson, is expected to be in court next month.
We have new information on a deadly shooting in Sangamon County. The sheriff's office has identified a suspect. They say Corey Cathy shot and killed Miranda Goddard in Grandview. Cathy is wanted for murder and armed robbery. The sheriff's office says he's considered armed and dangerous. If you know where he is, call the sheriff's office.
The Champaign County coroner says a teenager involved in an interstate crash has died. It happened on I-74 near the Illinois-Indiana border. Police say a truck driver failed to slow down because of slow traffic. Jasmine Morris from Ambia, Indiana, died from her injuries. The death is still under investigation.
You'll soon have to pay more if you break Scott's Law. The governor signed a bill increasing the fines. 2 state troopers were killed earlier this year by drivers who didn't move over. If a driver hurts or kills another person while violating Scott's Law, they could spend 1 to 3 years behind bars.
The governor announced his new agriculture education committee for the state, and this area is well represented. Kaizad Irani is a professor at Parkland College and the U of I. Gary Ox is taught at the University of Illinois in the agricultural education program since 2013 and aims Jamie Poskin, also a U of I grad, serves as the Marketplace Learning and Development Manager for Farm Credit Illinois. The trio will join 7 others on the committee.
Illinois has the highest concentration of coal ash reservoirs in the country, and the governor just took a huge step in trying to clean them up. Pritzker signed the Coal Ash Pollution Prevention Act. The law addresses the many waste pits filled with coal ash. That's the toxic byproduct of burning coal. The law makes sure polluters, not taxpayers, pay for needed closure and cleanup. The Vermilion River is one of those threatened by leaking coal ash. The law takes effect immediately.
The Danville VA Illiana healthcare system broke ground on a new building. It's building a new mental health care facility that will be equipped with 22 beds and act as a therapeutic setting for veterans. The current building was built in the 1960s. The new one will cost about $12 million, and it will be paid for with VA funds.
Some wealthy families are taking a different approach to paying for their children's college, and it's not sitting well with the U of I. The university says some parents gave up guardianship so their kids would be eligible for financial aid. The school says they became aware of this last year. Transfer of guardianship makes students eligible for things like need-based grants they may not otherwise be able to get. The university and parents say it shouldn't be happening.
You're kind of cheating the system for the simple fact that you have parents such as myself of a minority and lower income family that is working as hard as I am to make sure that he's getting what he needs.
Officials from the U of I say they contacted the U.S. Department of Education and the Illinois Student Aid Commission and told them about what was happening. They're also adding another layer of screening for all financial aid applications.
That will wrap up the morning show on WCIA 3, but coming up when we make the switch to WCIX for the 7 and 8 o'clock hours of the morning show.
Before you know it, college students will be heading back to school for the fall semester. Kathy Sweetler has some tips on managing those college costs. That is coming up in Your Money at 8.
But before that, let's get a check of our 7-day forecast with Adam.
Expect to see a lot more of that sunshine. We'll see that all the way through Saturday, Sunday, even a good amount of sunshine too, even though we have small rain chances that will be entering the area. Our town, Cerro Gordo, no worries about rain there. 85 degrees, quite comfortable. Humidity should be relatively low still there too. But by next work week, expect the heat to start to pick up, maybe more of that humidity too. Lows more around those mid-60s.